unlocked your bedroom. We stopped counting the days, lost in the rhythm.
So as you heard Mark saying, there is so much to do on, as we call it, the North Shore within the 37405 zip code. If you don't live there, no doubt you find ways to come there and make it home for the day as you enjoy the park and the shop. So let's talk about the shopping for a minute because it's ever changing on the North Shore. The North Shore Merchant Collective represented this morning in the form of Catherine Daniels with Plum Nelly, Margaret Armour, who has I Go Tokyo. Good to see you both.
Good morning.
Thank you for having us. And it's fitting really that y'all kind of helped launch this thing because the North Shore was kind of the first, as I see it, in Chattanooga to begin this neighborhood pocket re-immersiveness, if you will. I mean, I think it's just been so resurgence. That was the word I was looking for. I mean, for years, Catherine, y'all have been leading the way.
I think we're fortunate that we have the park right there and also the Walnut Street Bridge that connects us to downtown. So between those two things, obviously it was the environment for us to grow.
I mentioned if you don't live in the area, you can still come down and enjoy. TripAdvisor knows that, right? Y'all were recently on the list of must-dos when you come to town.
Which we appreciate.
Yeah. Margaret, you recently relocated intentionally.
I did, yes. I moved from Manufacturers Row to Fraser, and it's just great to see so many people visiting Chattanooga, whether it be for a competition or some sort of event that Chattanooga is holding otherwise, or just people who are out. It's a great day trip from Huntsville, Atlanta, Nashville, and in general, just people are out. I think post-COVID, kind of wanting to run around and get out of the house, and so being able to walk across the bridge, see downtown, see North Shore, get some snacks and some shopping is great.
There was a time in my world where Fraser Avenue was a daily jaunt for me. So I knew it like the back of my hand. Those days are gone. So now it's more destination for me too. And I'm amazed when I go, I have to not wreck my car because I'll go, what? That's a new business to open. The buildings don't change, but the business is wanting that space.
Yes.
Is always evolving.
That's very true, and I think it's also on River Street as well as Fraser, and obviously we connect to Manufacturers Road and then go up in multiple different directions. So it's a real neighborhood, and
it's even up in Market and further on down.
North Market has exploded.
Yeah, and I think it's our connection in so many different ways. I know I mentioned the bridge, but also people take the electric shuttle over and are driving. As you said, we're a destination. And it's not only for families, but obviously kids. I mean, it's a great area to come and play in the park and then also do the carousel.
And we'll have fun with these Unzipped segments to highlight different pockets of Chattanooga. But so often I'll hear people say, oh, I don't go into downtown. And I think you're missing so much if you don't go into downtown. They can be afraid of parking, and yet it's so easy to park and then enjoy the walk. Right?
Yes.
That's true. I think forever and I know you just moved over, but people will say there's no parking, and there's parking everywhere. There's parking in the front of the buildings, the back of the buildings. We have the theater center parking lot. So sometimes I will say on Saturdays it gets a little full, but we have street parking back in the neighborhoods. So there's plenty of parking. So that is not a reason to stay away. It's a reason to come.
Okay, talk about your vantage point a little bit, Catherine, because you have been there for so long at Plum Nelly, and you not only are a local store, but then you highlight local people.
That's true.
That you represent.
That's true, and I think we've been in our location since 2006. So our building was built then, and it anchors on that end, which is down by Stone Cup and Base Camp in that area. But I think it's just been so beautiful to watch our area grow and have other businesses come in, and also services. I think that's the other thing. I mean, just like our Merchants Collective, we have retail, we have
Hairbenders just opened.
Right.
They did.
So we have all these different businesses that are part, and it shows so many different reasons why people want to come to Chattanooga. Right. And then, as you said, for me, which I appreciate that pitch, I mean, for us, you are supporting local businesses. So when you come and support me as a local business, you're also supporting local artists, which I think, layer upon layer
Right.
is a beautiful way to shop local.
We're wanting to focus on local because, after all, if you're watching us this morning, chances are this is home for you. But we can't deny the power of the internet and the search engine when people are coming here to visit. I had told Margaret, my daughter's getting married in July, so family's coming in.
Right.
And I have a niece who has a little boy, and they want to go to Aigo Tokyo because he's interested in the Japanese culture. And Sally found that on TripAdvisor, I guess.
Yes, and it's just been great. And again, I actually have some local artists as well. So while most of my stuff is imported, it's nice to be able to have people that come in. I have at Austin Cat and Elevated Design, who are two local artists that do anime drawings. So it kind of fit in with my world of Japanese culture.
I guess I have kind of a special fondness for the North Shore. When we first moved to town 24 years ago, and we rented a place on the North Shore, but the Coolidge Park, the carousel had just opened. So we would come with Emily, who was then a baby, and we remember the times, Catherine, when you would wait in line to ride the carousel.
With your dollar.
With your dollar.
Still a dollar.
It's still a dollar. Best deal in town. But it was my entry point in to Chattanooga and dancing on the sidewalk with the waltz, and I just love it. I just love it.
I will say, yesterday when I was leaving, I drove by sort of Renaissance area, and there were buses and buses of kids that were out there playing. So I think, and you have the backdrop of the other side of downtown and the river, and it's just such a beautiful place to be. And also that you get to come and support local businesses, which we appreciate.
You do. And if you would be driving in, if the North Shore is not a 10-minute drive for you, make a day of it.
Yeah.
Come get your parking spot in the theater center parking lot, and then you can just relax, go play in the water at Coolidge Park, bring your scooters if you want to, get a hot dog, some ice cream.
Oh, you can even rent
that's true.
paddle boards, and I mean,
between L2 and Adventure Sports, we've got you can go, and Petco has, and also the Chattanooga Bikes. You can rent bikes in that area. You can go get electric bikes. You can get scooters, as you said.
There's great
paddle
brunch
boards.
spots for
Yes.
weekends.
That's true. We'll wine you and dine you and shop you and everything.
Yes, and you'll eat to your heart's content and justify it all because you'll walk it all off. So.
That's right.
And I know you were talking about search engines. We have a brand new website which we have rolled out and worked very hard on.
Tell me about it.
It's very interactive. It's got a lot of drop downs. You can look at it per section, like if you want to eat or if you want to shop or play. So go out and check us out.
Yeah, it's NorthshoreChattanooga.com.
NorthshoreChattanooga.com. They'll play a travel guide for you from the comfort of your own kitchen.
And I would say, on that level, since we're local businesses, I have people come in all the time and not only say, do you have a bathroom I can use, but then they'll say, what should I do? And so we're our own little chamber of commerce down there that we'll be glad to tell you the things that we would suggest depending upon what your needs are, what you want to eat, or if you have kids, and what we suggest. So besides checking out our website, just come in and visit us.
Come in and visit them, check them out, and plan your summer fun accordingly. Thank you both.
Thank you for having us.